opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver it?
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Slot man moves right. On 4th down, Stafford. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Willis now off the play fake. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Willis looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Willis flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Stafford. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They snap it to Stafford. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
They're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Willis now off of play action. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Covered was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down, it's Willis. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Right back to the air again with Willis. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Willis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action with Willis. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 21-0 our score after 1. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On first down, Stafford here. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To try again after the sack. Stafford. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. On first down at Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Play action. Here's Willis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Play action, Willis. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts on his... game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Stafford on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Stafford. And that's out to the flat for Swift. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw. And
a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. From the red zone now, Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points in the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Stafford on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. DJ Chark from 10 yards out. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Michael Dixon set to kick off. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Willis will look to throw on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Willis. And that is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Right back to the air with Willis. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Willis. He's going to float this one deep right side. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one.
pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rashawn Wright. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Working with a 2nd and 3. That's complete right side to Lazard. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's got a good gain of 7 up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Okay, ready? 10 to 11, 10 to 11.
Here's Willis. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle is made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Willis will look to throw it. And that is incomplete here. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Stafford. Throw finding Thornton over the middle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A couple of nice plays right in a row, and it's a Falcon 1st down yet again. Stafford. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To the air again, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Coming 3 yards to pick up the first. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And now here's another interception. And the Lions are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 1st and 10, it's Willis. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 27 yards. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Thornton. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Stafford on 1st down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Throwing again is Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you guys both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Mustang 19. Panther 50. Panther 50.
Second down, here's an option right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 3rd and 2, Willis. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Myers connects on the PAT. Man, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And Sharp calls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Stafford here.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Steps away to his left.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Now they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Willis looking to throw on first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down the inside the 25.